Welcome! Since it's St. Patrick's Day, I figured that it would be fun to talk about an Irish author, and of course for me that would be Claire Keegan. Now in the last year, a bit over a year, I've managed to read everything by Claire Keegan, which actually is a very achievable goal. But I read this spread out throughout the years, and in this video I would like to talk about each of these books a little bit, and I would actually like to rank them from my least favorite, if you could even call it a least favorite, to my most favorite Claire Keegan work. So let's just get started. The first one that I want to talk about is Walk the Blue Fields, which is this one. Walk the Blue Fields is a short story collection by Claire Keegan. This was actually her second published work. Most of the stories in this collection are happening in Ireland, in the countryside mostly of Ireland, and they are actually all about men who are either mad or sad or lonely or strange. So I like these stories. They are quite interesting to read, but this is my least favorite work of hers because it felt the most sort of incomplete, I would say. Claire Keegan can write wonderfully well, and in this one sometimes some of the stories were just a tad, I don't want to say boring, but a tad too empty maybe, but not like in a way that she can do really well, because she can make a story feel like nothing is happening, but actually a lot is being felt. But that wasn't really working out for me in this one. Also in this one, sometimes the language was a bit too crude, while in later works by her, her language is way more beautiful to read. It is really finessed. So that's the reason why Walk the Blue Fields was not my favorite. It felt a bit desolate, a bit too empty maybe. Then moving on from Walk the Blue Fields, my next read is actually attached to that one, because in Walk the Blue Fields, one of the stories, one of the longer short stories, is actually The Forester's Daughter. But I read this one separately, so I read this one before I read the short story collection of Walk the Blue Fields, and discovered that this one is actually in there as well. So that's why I am discussing this one separately. Now this one is also about a man who is strange and sad. But he has a wife and children, although he isn't really good to them. And then one day when he is in the forest, he finds this dog, and well, it's not like he is a real friend to animals or anything like that, but he takes the dog home because he figures he can get some use out of the dog, either that or sell it for money. But it's actually his daughter's birthday, which he completely forgot. But of course the daughter thinks that the dog is her birthday present. And now she believes that her father is this wonderful guy who brought her a dog and thought of her birthday. And of course he isn't. So yes, it's a sad story. But I like this one, and this one actually is my favorite story from Walk the Blue Fields. So yeah, that's why this is above Walk the Blue Fields. Then the next one I want to talk about is So Late in the Day. Now, So Late in the Day is a story in and of itself. It is described as a novella, but I remember it being like only, yeah, not even 50 pages long. So to me this also more counts as like a short story, or a long short story. So Late in the Day is about a relationship, or the build-up of a relationship. We have this man who is leaving work, and he is remembering how he met this woman and how their dating life started. And from there on out we get a lot of feelings, and it is mostly about a relationship and what people expect from a relationship, or what they want out of a relationship, and whether they do or don't get that. It was really well done. It is very introspective. It is never telling you what you are supposed to feel. You just feel it. It is showing you and it's not telling you, which I really, really appreciate. It is an art form, writing that way. So I truly love this book. I know that it might not seem like it because it's like at the beginning of the video and not at the end, but it is really well written. If you want a quick read, it's just not my most favorite work of Claire Keegan. Moving on to Antarctica. Now, Antarctica is actually the first published work by Claire Keegan. This was published still in the 90s, I believe. And it's also a short story collection. Now, in this one, the focus is more on women, more than on the men, which I appreciated. It is more about the power that women do or do not have in a relationship, and whether they can maintain that or whether they lose that. It is about what is expected of them versus what they actually want. And I liked this a lot because it had a bit more, well, action is not the correct word to use, but there was a bit more to these short stories than there was in Walk the Blue Field. So that emptiness that was there wasn't in this one, which I thought was funny because this one is actually called Antarctica, and if anything looks empty, I guess it's Antarctica. But anyway, I enjoyed these short stories. I enjoyed these different lives that women are leading, and the way they react to their circumstances, or whether their circumstances are pretty much deciding for them what is going on. And then we are already at the last two books by Claire Keegan. Now, these are the most famous books by her. These are both turned into movie adaptations, both of which I haven't seen yet. I would love to see them, actually. But yeah, if I show you which one is my second favorite, and you probably already know which one will be my first, but let's continue. So, my second favorite is Small Things Like These. Small Things Like These is a novella. It is just over 100 pages long. This one is about a man named Furlong who lives in this Irish village or town, and he has a wife and 5 daughters. And his mother actually got pregnant out of wedlock, which really wasn't done in that day and age. And she had the good fortune of being taken in by this wealthy woman who took care of them and still gave them like a bit of a name. But now he is discovering things that are going on at like the cloister in his village, which things that are really confrontational for him, things that are really hitting him on a personal level. They are getting to him, and well, we will see how he reacts to that. Now, this is just beautiful. I cannot fault this book. For all rhyme and reason, it should be in first place. Just that the other book is even, for me, even better. But it is beautifully written. Claire Keegan knows how to use all her words like in the perfect place. It's a miracle. It's amazing to read. It is so intense. It makes you feel so much emotion. Without ever telling you like what you are supposed to feel, or being really obvious as to what you are supposed to feel. It's just all there. It's just all in front of you. It's all very simply put, I'd say, but it hits you so hard. So yes, Small Things Like These was amazing. And then, of course, the only book left, also a novella, is Foster by Claire Keegan. This one ripped out my heart. I think the reason that maybe for me personally this one hit harder than Small Things Like These is because I have a small child, and this one is about a small child. It is about this little girl, and her parents are expecting another child, and for a while they want to, get rid of her, get her out of the way, sort of, I think, to have some quiet time or some rest or something. And they bring her to her aunt and uncle's house, and aunt and uncle do not have any children. And I'm going to stop talking about it there, although there's so much more I would like to say, but I don't really want to tell anything else, or where this is going, or yeah, I don't want to spoil it too much. But yeah, it is truly heartbreaking. It is built up so slowly. At first you don't really know what to think of the situation, where it is going to go, and then oh, you just love these characters, you know, you fall in love with them and you feel for them. And oh, I bawled my eyes out at the end of this book. It got me so good. So yeah, that's Foster. Well, and with that I have discussed all of these. I hope you got something out of this. If you are still considering reading anything by Claire Keegan, please do so. Please, please, please do so. Yeah, and anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy St. Patrick's Day if you are celebrating in any way. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye!